Hello everyone, welcome back to FPL Star. Today I gonna discuss about FPL Wildcard team for Game Week 7. Before starting, if you are new in this channel, please subscribe this channel. Now let's start. In Game Week 7, I prefer in goalkeeper the Sanchez because Sanchez looks amazing and Brighton defense also looks amazing. He got many saves point in Game Week 1 to 6, and if you look at Brighton fixture, it looks good. Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, Brentford, Nottingham Forest is a very good fixture to get a clean sheet. And if you look at Sanchez's performance in a recent time, in his 6 match he got 28 points and he maintained 3 clean sheet, and I think that's why you should go for Sanchez if you go for a wild card. Now move on to the defense option, and in defense I prefer Joe Cancelo. He is 7.1 million and his ownership is now 47.9%, and he scored 1 goal against Nottingham Forest in Game Week 5. He looks pretty attacking because he obviously a Manchester City defender and Manchester City playing attacking football, so there is probability best chance to get attacking return from Manchester City defender. So I think that's why Cancelo should be in your team, and Manchester City defensively look very good. In their first 6 games they maintain 3 clean sheet, which is amazing. So that's why I think Cancelo should be the one defender if you go for a wildcard in Game Week 7. Now move on to the second defender in Game Week 7 is Reece James from Chelsea. His value is 6 million and his ownership is 37.3%. And if you look at Reece James fixture, it looks amazing. Fulham, Crystal Palace, Wolves, Aston Villa, all are amazing fixture. And most important thing of Reece James is that he is now playing as a right wing back, and in left wing back position there are competition among Cucurella and Chilwell, but in right wing back I think Reece James obviously start, and that's why I think he's a very attacking player, and that's why he should be in your team if you go for a wildcard in Game Week 7, and his fixture also looks good. And now move on to the third defender, and third defender is Trippier from Newcastle. Newcastle defense this season looks good. They maintained 3 clean sheet in their first 6 game week like Brighton and Manchester City, and that's why I think you should go for a Newcastle defender, and that defender should be Trippier because Trippier make the set piece and also very good in attacking on third, and that's why I think Trippier should be the third defender. And I think this season defender are consist of very low point because a lot of team cannot maintain clean sheet, they concede goal. That's why I think 3 in the back is a very good team, and that's why I will go for 3 in the back if I go for a wildcard. Now move on to the midfield option, and in midfield option, first midfielder should be Salah because obviously Salah is a very good player. He is not in good form, but still he can give you some attacking return, and he playing in the advanced third as a right winger for Liverpool, and that's why I think Salah should be in your team. And if you don't have Salah in your team, he can hurt you because his ownership is 49%. Now move on to the second midfielder option, and it's Martinelli from Arsenal. And if you look at Martinelli, in his first 6 matches he scored 3 goals and provided 1 assist, which is amazing for a 6.5 million midfielder. He was 6 million at the beginning, but now his value is increased 0.5 million, which is amazing, and his ownership is 46.5%. and Arsenal fixture looks mixed, especially Everton Brentford is a very good fixture to score goal. Even Leeds is a fixture that Arsenal can score a lot of goal, and that's why I think Martinelli is a good option in wildcard. Now move on to the third midfielder, and it's Pascal Gross. Pascal Gross plays as a second striker for Brentford, and if you look at Brentford playing very good football. In last match they beat Leicester by 5-2, and in this match Pascal Gross 1 assist, and they also beat Manchester United in Old Trafford by 2-1, and that's why I think Pascal Gross should be in your team. And if you go for any Brighton midfielder, then Pascal Gross should be the one because Trossard playing in the deep position and Pascal Gross playing at the false striker, so that's why I think Pascal Gross is a very good option, and his ownership is now 27.4%, and that's why I think you should go for him. Now move on to the fourth midfielder, and it's Zaha. He is in amazing form. He is fixable because in hard fixer he can counter attack and score goal, and in Manchester United match I think he will score goal because Manchester defense looks shaky at the beginning, but now they are good. But I still think that Zaha can utilize their weakness, and that's why I think Zaha is a very good option. And in his first 6 matches, one match he was injured, he got 4 goals, which is amazing, and got 31 points. Now move on to the forward option, and fast forward obviously Haaland. He is in an amazing form. In his first 6 matches he got 67 points, over 11 points per match, and he scored 10 goals and 1 assist. None other player got 5 goals I think, but Haaland got 10 goals, so that's why Haaland should be the must, and his ownership is 78.3%, and he is a good captaincy option also. Now move on to the second forward option, and it's Gabriel Jesus. His value is 8.1 million. His form is now decay, but I still think that he's a very good option because Everton and Brentford is a very good team to attack, and that's why you should go for Gabriel Jesus in your wildcard team because his ownership is just 77.7%, which is high. Now move on to the third forward option, and it's Tony. His value is 7.2%, and his ownership is 18.7%. And in last match he scored 3 goals against Leeds United. That's a very nice thing, and Brentford attacking sense looks very good. And Tony is the main man of there, and also the penalty taker. In last match against Leeds United, he scored 1 goal from penalty, which he earned, and he also scored a brilliant free kick. And that's why I think Tony should be in your team. And if you go for a wildcard in Game Week 7, Tony should be your team. And the formation should be 3-4-3 because this season defender doesn't give a lot of points. They are very bad, and the forward are the best attacker, and that's why I think that you should go for maximum forward, and as 3 forward is available, so 3 forward and 4 midfielder. And this team only budget of 99.8 per million, and I think everyone can go for it. Now move on to this team bench option, and obviously in goalkeeper option bench should be what, because he is starting goalkeeper for Leicester, and Leicester defense doesn't look good, but I think still is a good bargain. Now move on to the outfield bench option, and I think first bench option should be Nico because he's just 4.1 million, and Nottingham fixture looks good, and he playing as a right wing back for Nottingham Forest, so you can rotate him with some of the hard fixture if you have. Now move on to the second bench option, and it's Andreas. He's playing as a number 10 for Fulham. Though his jersey number is 18, but he is a very good player, and his value is 4.6%. You can obviously rotate him with the other player in 11. Now move on to the last bench option, and it's Patterson. He's just 4.1 million, and his fixture is hard, but he's just 4.1 million and starting as a right back for Everton. Everton defense looks shaky, but sometimes they can maintain clean. They maintain clean sheet against Liverpool because of Pickford brilliance. And the captains should be Haaland this week because I think Haaland is the best captaincy option, though they're playing against Tottenham, but still think that Haaland is the best option. And vice captain obviously Salah. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please like this video, and if you are new in this channel, please subscribe this channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Happy fantasy, good luck for your team.